Okay, so guys, now we're gonna talk about trading psychology, session number 3. So on trading psychology, like I don't want to lie to you guys. We can't kill fear. Some of us maybe failing to be disciplined and all of those things, but we can give you an advice how to fight it. Because at the end of the day, you need to fight those certain things. Simple. No one will be judged. Understand? So we have what we call trading psychology. Trading psychology. So first thing first that you have to have, it's money management. I like this part. The reason I like this part is that money management is not money that it's in your account. That's why I like this part, because this is the money that's not in your account. So don't claim that when you talk about money management, you're gonna talk about money that it's in your account. This is not your money. Once you deposit the money, it's the market's money. So once you make peace with that, that's when you get to understand that this is not your money. You understand? This is not your money. If you want to do something quick, so this is not your money, this is the market money. But now you need to participate at the end of the day in order for you to regain your money with proper profit. Understand? So what is it that you have to do? You have to have plans and everything. So now we're going to talk about money management. Money management is how you're going to save your money. Not because you made 2K, now you have the whole money in the world. There's a lot of money to the market. You need to fight all that money. Understand? So first thing first is money in the money management. So my money management is simple. Once I make 100K, I put it into my savings account. So you come up with your own plan. How you're gonna manage your money. Money management. Secondly, when you start applying your risk management, so here I'm gonna say rules so that you can understand. And don't forget money management rules. How you gonna handle your cash? Lot of cash, guys. It's easy to say when I have 1 million, I'll buy houses. Once you start having 1 million and you see that it doesn't afford houses, it actually afford an apartment. That's when you see that now you need to come up with a plan in order for you to afford a house. You understand? So having money, it's not simple and it's not easy. You'll wish that if you were broke again, understand? But at the end of the day, you need to live with that, push with that. So don't think like having money will make peace into your life. Remember, other people, they don't have money. They will be depending on you and you'll be working for them. You'll be stressing alone. They don't care if today you're stressed or whatever. They'll be looking for money. So how are you going to manage all those things? Because obviously they're going to affect your work. You're not greedy to your family. You want to give everyone. You want to see everyone eat. But how are you going to manage those kind of situations? Understand? Those type of money management. The 4 codes of life. You don't do, once you have money, you experience yourself having a lot of debt. Understand? You not having like a lot of debt, like banks start approaching you because they need interest. Remember, banks, they loan from central banks. So it means banks, they don't have money. They loan from central banks in order for you to be loaned. And then you're going to be paying the interest. They're going to be paying the central banks. So at the end of the day, actually, you are the one who's having the money, but you don't realize. So there's positive loans, there's negative loan. Don't make negative loans. Obviously, you will make negative loan. Buying for myself, buying a car with finance and negative loan, what am I benefiting from that? But at the end of the day, for my business and profile, it's beneficiary. But from someone, you need to come up with things which gonna benefit you in life. Understand? So there's a 4 codes of life. If you want to know 4 codes of life, search it on the internet. Money management, search it on the internet. Those are the financial advices. So number 4 is trading commitment. This thing, it's hard if you're not committed, because you know what I have realized about trading last year and this year. This year I don't look at the market the whole day. Last year I used to lock myself into the room. I say I'm gonna come up from this room where I know how to trade perfectly like other traders, and I did that and I managed. But now I don't have time to be locking myself into the room. I need to enjoy my profits. You understand? So I learned how to come out from the room and manage to trade. So first thing first, you need to lock yourself, understand everything in the. Once you start understanding the structure of the market, everything starts becoming easy. Determine your trading style. Every mentor has his own trading style. I can't trade like other mentors, but you understand. So even yourself, you can't trade like me, but from what I give you, you can come up with your trading style, time. You understand? Maybe improve my strategies. That is why we give our strategies, so that you guys can improve our strategies. Determine your own trading style matters as well. Overcoming fear. In my life, I don't like saying that we need to kill it. We need to overcome it. We need fear into our life. Most of the people feel like fear is the only thing that will actually stop them from making, let's say, money, because everyone want to make money. They'll be like, oh man, I have fear. The problem is that the problem is not that you have fear. The problem, you don't overcome your fear. How are you going to overcome your fear? First thing first, you need to have 3 rules while you enter a trade. 3 rules. And 3 rules why you shouldn't enter the trade. Actually, 3 rules why you exit a trade. Guys, I'm not writing this and then you find that they enter the side and then they come out this side. You understand? 3 rules why you enter a trade and 3 rules why you exit a trade. Actually, here it's exit a trade. So it's more important to exit with strategy, not just exit because you see blue and red. Red and blue doesn't mean anything. You just on the colors. You know, sometimes you should just change the colors and put the blue one on the red and then the red one on the blue, so that you know that this one, they don't mean anything. The only thing that means something is the strategy. Once you're in red, you want to escape. Once you're in blue, you want to escape. You're excited. You are here. No, you don't need to kill fear. You know, like if you were to check now, probably I'll give illustration about school. When you're at school and you're about to write an exam, if you are not afraid to fail that exam, you'll never pass it. You know why? Because you can't study. You understand? You can never study because you're not afraid to fail that test. But once you start having fear on it, you don't want to fail. That's when you're going to study and then you're going to pass the test. So actually, fear drives a person. For me to say a successful trader has to have fear, and a lot of fear, like a newbie. Newbie has a fear of starting. You have fear of losing. There's a difference there. Once you start, he has fear of losing 500. You have fear of losing 100,000. So the more you grow, the more you gain fear. There's no way you're going to lose fear, because at the end of the day, you want more money. You want to make more cash. You don't fund less, you fund more. You always on. You want to trade every day. You don't want to stop. You already understand the market. So don't try to kill things that you can never kill. There is no medicine to kill fear. So discipline. So this one, I just call it discipline 3D so that you shouldn't forget it. I'll write it again. Like I said, I don't want to be typing here and then you find that you take this thing this side and then take it out this other side. Because at the end of the day, I'm trying to help you. I know most of the people just want to hit the chart, but I don't see any point of hitting the chart now. We need to talk about these things, even though we're afraid. We know that Ninja is saying the truth. You know, I've been failing this day, but I'll still fail. Why is he wasting his time? I'll waste my time until you pass this thing. You need a trading coach. Okay, I didn't have a trading coach and I still don't have one. Do I need one? Nah, I don't think I need one. Do you think you need one? Are you brave enough? Are you there to wait for 2 years and then achieve your success after 2 years? No, you're not ready. You just want to achieve it now in 3 months. So you need a coach. There are people which I'm coaching, a lot of people. Maybe it's actually maybe 1,000 of people. I don't even know. Some I just talk to on Instagram, coaching them, you know. So you need a coach though. You need a coach. Actually, I can say during my come up, Easy was my coach, but now he's no longer my coach because I'm not choosing anything that it's his. So actually during the process, you need a coach so that you can understand, not someone which will give you food, but teach you how to fish so that next time you can fish for your family. So that's how it is, guys. That's how it is. Those are the most things which you need on psychology. So once you have these things, risk management, money management, focus of life, trading commitment, determine your trading style, overcoming fear, 3 rules why you trade, why you enter, 3 rules why you discipline, and trading coach, you'll understand what is it that you're going to. If you don't understand these things, the market will always kick you. You know, I attended Isaac class. It was 3-day session for free. I went for the first session. They didn't plot the chart. They talked about the 4 code, money management, risk management, psychology. And I was like, these things are the things which I never been taught. So I didn't go to the second session and the first session because I already got what I wanted. There's a lot that I learned. So this is what I'm giving to the people so that you don't meet. If you can hit the chart now, you'll never understand these things. These are the things which you have to, you know, you're gonna play an account well, you know the direction. Because you don't have discipline, you just enter trade, everything. So now we're going to talk about price action. What is a price action? So actually a price action is something that actually plot from structures to give us a direction. It can be patterns, it can be indicators, it can be systems, it can be trading plan, everything that you come up with, it's a pure price action. System, if you didn't know, people are busy saying a system better than a pure price action. What is a system? Because system is pure price action. It's actually plotting what pure price action plots. A trend, it's pure price action. Everything, there's just that I feel like it plots in valid trend. That's how I feel. Because I feel like an indicator is actually defined from waves. The other thing, it's a rejection. Indicators don't see rejection. They don't. So that's what you have to do. Use pure price action on your own head. You can't be better than a robot because you are the only one who made the robot. You understand? So Ellen might say in the future robots will be better than people, but Jack Ma will say robots can never be better than people because at the end of the day, a person can make a robot, but a robot can't make a person. So it can never be. So use pure price action on your own. There's nothing called the robot. It's the future. The robot, easy money, nothing like that. Just use pure price action. Use your own hard work. You'll see this thing will pay off. Most of these mentors are using price action and then they make money from the robot. The robot is not hard to teach. If I was teaching you guys a robot now, I could have finished everything that I was talking about now. Understand? but I don't care. I'll waste my time talking about everything so that you can know. So from your pure price section, what you have to most focus on, it's a chart pattern. You're gonna ask any student now, do you know what is an impulse and a correction? A student says he doesn't know. What is it that builds everything into the market? It's an impulse and a correction. So if you don't know what is it that you know, I know support and resistance. Support and resistance, what you plot it, I plot it downside the double bottom. What is it that formed the double bottom? It's a correction and an impulse and correction and impulse, the reversal correction and impulse on the double bottom. So everything into the market, there's continuation. Every pattern, there's continuation pattern, there's reversal patterns. So reversal pattern is like rising wedge. It's an impulse, correction, impulse. There is no way it will create an impulse and a correction. You understand? It can be a reversal one or a continuation one. So a person says he doesn't know something that is always on the market. So first thing first, we're going to talk about a continuation pattern. So a continuation pattern, it's a correction and impulse. So correction and impulse can come diagonally or horizontally, depending on how the market is. So this is a type of correction and impulse. So I always say the shape of the market when I'm like, shape of the market, the shape is something that you see during the process. Once you see the shape of the market, you understand that there is no way I can fall. I already have this kind of shape. So what type of shape? Let's say you have an impulse move like this, and a person will sell once he has like this because he doesn't know what is it for, what he's actually doing. And then let's say you have something like this. I always say, once the market start pushing to the top, enter any entry here. Today we entered an entry somewhere here during NFP. Why? Because we had a correction and impulse. But you guys didn't see because you're not focused. But if you were to be focused, you could have seen everything. So the market moves impulse, correction, and impulse. It can be a reversal one or a continuation one. So I'll do the horizontal one here. Today, guys, you'll understand this thing by force. You see? So remember, you can get your entry point once it breaks out and closes outside here. You can get your entry point here, but you're taught by me, you get your entry point here once you have a confirmation of a pin bar somewhere here. You enter it. You monitor this thing. You're gonna kill gold from today. Gold. You're gonna kill gold, Nasdaq, USDT, everything. If you don't see any correction, you are my student today. If you don't see correction, you don't enter any trade. But if you see correction, you enter trade. So let's be fair. That's your first rule. You need to be seeing correction. Everything, hence I said it as a correction. So your entry point can be here or here. But let's say it's here. What I like about early entry points is that my stop loss becomes short than long. Because if you were to enter there, your stop loss has to be here. You can't survive this pressure, no, it won't. So here it's a SL. And then your take profit, it's actually equivalent to this point. Then you take your equivalent, and then boom, the market hits you with the impulse move. What I like about impulse move, a retest is not mostly guaranteed. Understand? It's not mostly guaranteed. Let me check something quick. Okay, let me add up data, guys. Let me add up data. So this is actually a correction and impulse. So correction and impulse is the only thing that there are most mentors which I know they trade correction and impulse. Like, guys, you need to know, am I using I use everything. If you tell me about impulse and correction, I'm gonna sit down and learn it because I know that you are successful because of it. Understand? So I'm using correction and impulse as well. Today I used it. Yesterday I used it. This week I've been using it. Hence I updated a YouTube channel and talk about correction. But I didn't explain like I'm explaining now here. Understand? There's a difference between an YouTube and here. So there's your correction and an impulse movement. Simple. Now we're gonna go to the chart. You wanna see what I'm actually talking about. This is my chart. Okay, I'm on German 30. I'm not gonna go to any time frame here. I'm gonna, anyone that I pick, I stick to it. So here, let's go to a higher time frame, 60 minutes, because this is not a smaller one. Already you see it. This is our impulse move here. I want to make this thing big so that all of us can see it. Let me make it like this. Exactly my point. This is what I wanted. You can see now. Simple thing. So now you can't be asking me where will the market go on Monday on German 30. What do you want? What do you want? You see, this is a correction. We're playing like the market, how it's playing, you understand? So that you can understand what is it that I'm exactly talking about. So here we have our correction here, then we have our correction this side. And then what I believe that is that the market can keep on pushing, but at the end of the day, if it reversed here, it has to give me more momentum. So actually this part, it has to come back here. Still, the market moves on correction and impulse. You understand? If you are listening to me when I was teaching, you understand that. Let me use this pencil because I'm going to be quicker. Correction and impulse. Impulse. You understand? Impulse, correction, impulse movement. Come on, guys. This thing is simple. This thing is so simple. We can have a major impulse, impulse movement, correction, impulse. So some of you now saying, oh, you understand? Let me go to H4 because I can see this impulse not actually here. The one I'm going to create now. The market moves impulse and correction. Impulse, correction, and impulse movement. Simple. Even if when we're going down, guys, even if we're going down, it's the same story. This was impulse and correction. Impulse, correction, impulse movement, correction, impulse. Okay, let me remove this one. Even if when we're going down, it's the same thing. Impulse, correction, impulse movement. It pays. So if you don't know that the market moves impulse and correction, you won't be patient. You can wait 3 days for the market to create a proper correction and you enter a proper entry. Simple. Okay, what I said there, I said after when it breaks out, you do what, you enter your entry. So let's see what I was talking about. I'm going to remove every trend here. You draw a trend from this point to this point. Tough. When it breaks out, closes outside, sold. We draw another trend here. Breakout, close outside, sold. We draw another trend here in the correction. Breakout, close outside, sold. Another correction. Breakout, close outside, bought. Another one here. Methods. Breakout, close outside, bought. Breakout, close outside, bought. So the reason of the market closing outside and buying, it's because you need to understand one thing into the market. The market, it has walls, it has ceiling, it has floors. If I break a wall, there is no way I can not go to the other side. But if we were throwing what is this, a rubber ball, and then it breaks the ceiling and passes, there's 90% chances that it might bounce on top of the ceiling and never come back from the point where it have going through, you understand? And then once it goes to that ceiling, it does what? It bounces because it no longer have that momentum that it got from the bottom. So what I say is that if you break support or diagonal support, that thing eventually turn into a resistance. If it's a retest, yes, we need to retest, but we can never pass. Simple as ABCD. So we're gonna go to another aspect again. We remove everything. Simple thing. Impulse. Correction movement. And an impulse movement. This is a correction impulse, correction impulse. Even today, we had a correction here and an impulse. So how do you actually identify an impulse from the previous movement? That's how you're going to identify your impulse and a correction. You can see impulse, correction. During the correction, that's when a lot of people lose. Once they see a trend, that's when they be like, oh man, we're just going down the end. No, relax. Let the market create what is it that it want to create. Now the market is not creating anything, it's just buying. But if it's keep on creating the correction, you see, there's an impulse. Here we're gonna get an impulse movement. There's no way we'll end. Unless if we already created another pattern of reversal. So now we go back to the chart. So the other chart pattern, we talked about the correction and impulse. Now we're gonna talk about a double bottom. So I'm gonna do it like this, and then hence I said every pattern is created by a correction and impulse. It can be a reversal or a continuation. So during this process here, we can technically get something like correction here. Let me create it so you guys can see it today. We get something like this. The market start pushing to the top, and then some of you might say the market will continue buying. You understand? But at the end of the day, the market sells. And then when it sells here, we have another correction and impulse here. Let's create it here. So this is a reversal trend. So how can you see a reversal correction and impulse? The only way you can see a reversal correction and impulse movement is when you're at your support. That's when you create your double bottom. Simple. Okay. So it seems like we have 40 minutes left. 10 minutes left. Then we're gonna send another link. Let's finish up this one. Let's wrap up the double bottom. So double bottom touches here, goes to the top here, and then come back again and touches here. I like early entries. Why? Because I know I'm gonna put my stop loss on a short time here. In most cases, the market may come here, reject. Make sure that you wait for rejection first, and then give you a proper buy. If there's no rejection, you don't enter. And then your TP will be here. The market will do this. Simple. TP. You see, I didn't talk about any neckline. So you didn't teach by me when you're gonna talk about necklines. Why I say entered safe, because there's neckline at the end of the day. Once you break the neckline, you can never come back. Oh, that's your entry here. It's your SL. It's a stop loss. Simple. We go to the chart. Wanna see the double bottom. The reason I don't like talking about a neckline, this could be my neckline. Check where the market reversed. Employer account, then you'd be saying things they don't work. They work. How do you use them? Matters. There's a double bottom here. Simple. So we're gonna have to push to a smaller time frame like M30 so that we can give you other double bottom so that you can see the other one. It's here. Double bottom. So in most cases we have double bottom, major double bottom, double tops. Even here, this is sort of like a double bottom. We have a diagonal double bottom. Let me use this one so that I can be quick. Double bottom here. Diagonal double top. So you can see the correction and impulse, obviously. Yeah, let me end here. So the last point, it's an head and shoulder. So a head and shoulder, guys, as well, it's a reversal pattern. It's also created by a impulse and a correction. So I'm going to show you how. So this one is an inverse head and shoulder. Here, let me create. So at this certain point, let's say it's an impulse movement. At the end of the day, it creates correction, and then it creates impulse movement again. Understand? So it comes back and then comes to the top, then impulse movement creates a correction. So whatever happened in the past shall happen in the future, bigger and better. So in most cases, you find this thing here, it's a trend, it's a bigger correction. And then here you find that there's your correction. If you're too vigilant, you can see that. And then from this point, you enter trade here after rejection, you put your stop loss here. This is your take profit. TP, entry, stop loss. Simple. Guys, don't make this thing hard. This is just a correction and impulse movement, push to the top. After the market breaks the major trend, the market start creating an impulse and correction, impulse, correction, impulse and correction. So guys, I'm going to end this session and then we're going to come back on another session.